What's up, y'all? And I'm here to talk about Crimes of the Future, the other movie I was dying to see, top 10 type worthy movie of the year, anticipated wise. That I haven't got a chance to see yet. I was very upset about it. This film, I will say this much. My God, is it its own unique, cool concept. But this is where I fall in this movie. At least on initial viewing, which I have only seen it once, was sitting there like it just felt like a film that really had a lot going for it. It had a lot of cool ideas, a lot of weird, if you're into sci-fi horror shit like I am, I absolutely love. You really had a lot to grab onto here and really dive into mentally. And I'm the type of guy that I do love when I have a little bit to play with after the film. Whereas other people can feel like the film's incomplete, I can kind of piece shit together for myself. I'm smart, right? I can fucking do this on my own. But at the same time, there was a lot of shit in this movie that I felt like I did not get to see fully realize that I did at least want to see on screen. It does have a very abrupt ending, which I'm usually in favor of, but in this movie, again, because of those things that like I really wanted to see play out, that didn't play out, that probably my own fault, I built up in my own head. It just kind of hurt the movie in a way. I think the performances were all pretty solid. Mainly here of the main girl with Viggo Mortensen is solid in this movie. Nothing transcendent, nothing great. But the main girl that was with him, I guess you'd call her a love interest. She's kind of like a mix of that. You'll see what I mean when you see the movie. She was very solid. But to me, the best actress was actually Kristen Stewart, who I'm a huge fan of. And, she's there quite a bit in the beginning of the movie, but she kind of tails off towards the end. Something about Kristen Stewart in this movie had me wanting more and more and more and more. She just was like, she was nothing pivotal. She was nothing insane to the movie. She didn't have to be there more. She fit the mold, of what she was supposed to do, what she was trying to do. But I think her performance was so good in a way that's like really unexplainable. I mean, I guess it is. It's more of how she put on a master display of being a person stuck in uncomfortability. Like anytime she was on screen, the way she was fidgety and she was like, okay, like I don't really want to, but I kind of want to. Like she had that type of vibe going on, and she was nailing it to a T. And I was honestly mesmerized by it. And being a big fan of her, and seeing so many people hate on her, much like other Twilight stars, Robert Pattinson, or look at the guy that's playing in Stranger Things right now that killed it. I need them to get out the best roles possible as much as they can. So I was kind of torn on not being able to see her more in the movie, especially with how well she was performing. I thought she honestly was the standout and needed a little more runtime, but I also get why maybe that didn't make sense within the story, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. It's a very weird movie. I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler alert. I'm probably not even going to do a spoiler bonus at the end like I did with The Watcher. If you saw that review that I just let out, I'll let y'all, go in as blind as possible. It's one of those things though where like in this movie now, like surgery is the new sex. Like it's very weird, and you get to get vibes of that during the few surgical scenes you see. I won't say it's as grotesque as other people made it out to be, but there is definitely some gross stuff here. There's one in particular scene involving like an abdomen that I will say made me go, God, like really? Like are we? Yeah. But it's more like not like, oh, look at the blood. It's more like this scene is just kind of fucking nasty, but it does work for the film and it does work overall. And this film in general is a weird one because when I left it, I was like, I'm highly disappointed. I do not like it at all. Sure, all the performances were fine. Kristen Stewart, I could use a little more of, which is a downer, but it's not ruining or tanking the movie to me. But it is unique in its own way. And that's all that kept resonating with me after the film. There is definitely a uniqueness here. Cronenberg is back on his shit with the body horror, and I think he's doing a damn good job of it. And there's a very well made movie here. but is here for me. And I love a lot of weird shit, but I was like, do I like this type of weird shit? I was very caught up and, conflicting on how I felt about this film by the time it ended. But as time wore on, as I slept on it for a day, as I said, I was so caught up in its uniqueness. There is definitely a quality here that, again, just like Watcher that I just reviewed, is not going to be for everybody. Know who you are, but do know that this is a well-made film. It's put together nicely, and it's probably better than I gave it credit for, and you might even feel the same on initial viewing, and that's without me having another viewing. It's just me kind of like gathering all those theories with the abrupt ending and kind of what I felt it all meant. Maybe, the background noise, if that meant anything. It's just one of those movies that, like, it kept me thinking. And those are the movies that always get me where I'm like, oh yeah, let's put it at a score, but I'm just like, let's not put it at a score because I know this is gonna be fucking on my mind. I'm gonna be piecing shit together. I'm gonna think, does that mean something? Does this mean something? Is it just cut and dry? What is it? And that's the beauty of movies like this, and that's the beauty of Cronenberg, because it's not all just body horror with him. And it is, I think, at the end of the day, a special movie, but it also is at the end of the day, is not a special movie that was all that special to me. But don't listen to the motherfuckers. They're just like, what was I watching? It's not that. But it's somebody like me who kind of fits the mold of both sides that wasn't fully interested in what developed, but at the same time, I was mesmerized by its spectacle and what it could have been and what other secrets and doors I may unlock if I watch it a second time and or, think about it even more because I know I will. It is definitely an interesting movie, and it's definitely a movie you should see if this is your type of thing. Trust me on that. But will it be good? I don't know. I'm on the fence right now myself, but as the more I thought about it, I had it in the good range, which to me is a 6. I had it at a high 6. I'm gonna go with a 7.3 now. Yeah, I'll go into really good territory. It's tough to think about, but I think that's what I'll do. Damn, even saying it now, I'm just like, fuck. Don't want to do that. But I think I want to do that. Probably be better off if I watch it a second time, no, for sure. But I think the score will go up a little bit for me. Know who you are, people, is the big key here. Crimes of the Future. Let me down a little bit, but definitely watch this movie. It is a fucking trip. Trust me on that. Not action a mile a minute trip, but again, if you know who you are, it is that kind of trip, and it does succeed on that. So let me know what y'all think about that one. Crimes of the Future. Love you guys. Peace.